Welcome to another episode of Financial Fitness. I'm Philip Board, your host, along with
Mia Medina
and our special guest,
Tony Nori.
Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. So, kind of an interesting topic today, and I think this goes both in industry, out of industry, and it's something everyone hears every day, and it's AI, right? Some people are like, scary. I mean, there's, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger made a lot of money off of some movies about how dangerous AI could be. And so there's that whole like thought process. And then you've got the Star Wars, the drone wars, right? So there's all of these like negative things out there, but it's like, okay, but what can we do? And I would argue that while it is a little bit scary, I think also if you're not embracing it, you're doing yourself and possibly the people around you a disservice. I heard this a while ago, and it essentially says, you're not going to lose your job to AI, but you will lose it to someone who knows how to use it better. So, and I've told everyone that works for us this same thing, and it's not a threat. I'm not threatening them in any way. I'm like, understand that I am open to you embracing how this works for you. So I would argue that it could potentially be a secret weapon in your business as opposed to just a thing that's sitting there. So how do you go as a business owner or someone in the workplace? How can you use it to improve your productivity, your livelihood, efficiency? I would argue that I think it's like having some extra help sitting on your desktop that's readily available. And I know we were talking earlier today about, a doctor prescribed something to your mom and it made no sense to you. And that you only had a PA to talk to. So you put all the information in and the symptoms into AI and it told you why. And once you saw that, you're like, oh, that makes total sense to me. Without giving away HIPAA rules, don't want to give away too much data, but the point is it became a tool for you to set your mind at ease, right? So how can you use it daily? That was something you used at home, and then how to simplify and wow your client. So we use something in almost every. We've actually been recording my meetings for what, 2 years? Over 2 years now.
Yeah.
So every single meeting has been recorded. Now they've put AI components in there. We use a piece of software called Otter.ai. That's OTTER.ai. And what it does is, and now actually you use it more than I do. What does it do?
Creates a transcript of the recording, right? But it also summarizes key points. And what I like about it is, yes, I'm taking my own notes on the side, but if there's something that I missed, right? Or I want further information about maybe when I'm wrapping up my notes, it has AI integrated in it. So I could always ask, could you please discuss further this strategy that was discussed? And then it'll give you a little glimpse of, what it is. The other part that we've learned to use it is now you could analyze all of your recordings and figure out what your sales strategy is, right? What you lean towards the most, your way to talking to people. I mean, it's all AI built in within all the recordings, personalized to the way we run the meetings.
Right. So where that came from is I've got a CEO coach, and we were talking about there's something I didn't get here because I'm not good at what I'm doing, right? But what is it I'm doing? I'm like, I don't know. I just do it, right? And anyone that's good at their job, they probably don't know what their secret sauce is. And I don't necessarily know that. But if I can use AI, I've got 2 years worth of meetings where I'm doing reviews for clients, where I'm pitching them to work with our firm, onboard them, use this strategy or that strategy. What is it? If I could have AI break that down into quantitative steps, like he does this here and that there. And now it can build a training manual where I can bring someone new on. Now, granted, they won't be 100% of me, but if they can be 80% of me, That's gold, right? So now you've built a training manual for a salesperson, which in this day and age, there is so little sales training. It's unbelievable. And right now, without the AI, the only sales training that's available is you're going to sit next to me and listen. That's it. I don't know how to convey what I do. I'm like, well, I present the product and they like it. This sounds silly and it's flippant, but most people that are really good at what they do, they don't know what it is they do that makes them good. The people that have trained really hard, they know exactly what they do to get good at it because they had to go through so much to get there. So it's just nature of the beast, right? Email. How many times have you spent hours trying to respond to an email to make it sound just right? Now you can cut and paste a client's email into a piece of AI. And I think some email programs actually have it built in, and you can tell it, I would like to respond to this in this tone and making these points. And it'll write a really nice email for you. And if you don't like it, you can tell it to redo it. And it takes seconds. Just proofread it before it goes out. Please. Minor detail. You can, there's lots of applications for that. So I would say that's a basic one, right? How to respond to an email. I know we've been in meetings where somebody's asked me, I got asked the other day, oh yeah, and we talk about a K1, it's a tax document. He goes, yeah, there's a K3 now. And I'm like, there is? Mm-hmm. So while I'm on this Zoom, I pop open, I ask, what's a K3? And the reason I don't know about it is because I don't have any international partnerships with depreciation and pass-through. But neither did he. But he did his TurboTax software and it said, you've got to look out for a K3. Right? So he read about it and said, well, what is it? Anyway, I would also say that there's a way to automate appointments, and it's something that we're currently experimenting with. You can get an outbound calling assistant that's AI, and it might go, and we've got one, her name is Phoebe. AI named her. AI designed her image. AI went on our website and we said, Phoebe is going to be Rachel's assistant doing these, build her a bio. So if you go on our website and you find Phoebe, all of that was generated by AI. What does Phoebe do? It goes like this. We punch in the phone numbers that we want her to call, and it's going to go, hi, Tony, this is Phoebe, Rachel's AI assistant. It's time for your review. Would you like to try and schedule it with me, or would you rather speak to Rachel? And you respond,
Rachel.
Perfect. So you want to speak to Rachel. Let me transfer you right away if she's available. Otherwise, you might get her voicemail and she'll call you right back. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. End of call. Conversely, Mia, this is Phoebe, Rachel's AI assistant, calling to book your review. Do you want to try and book with me, or would you rather speak directly to Rachel?
Book it with you.
Oh, fantastic. I feel useful today. Do you prefer mornings or afternoons?
Mornings.
Great. Monday through Thursday, what is the best day of the week for you generally?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, perfect. I see that we have a morning slot open on Wednesday from this time to this time. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Great. I've scheduled you for that time. We'll be reaching out with a text to remind you. Is there anything else I can do before we end this call?
Thank you.
How about if I tell you a dad joke?
Okay.
Great.
Go for it.
Where do polar bears keep their money?
Don't know.
They keep them in snowbanks. Anyhow, I'll let you go now. Thanks for listening. So you can program an AI assistant to have this conversation. And there's more to it than that, but this is the way you've got to think about utilizing AI. So now, as we grow, I don't need to hire multiple Rachels. And Rachel's taken a long time to learn how to handle my calendar, Tony's calendar, Mia's calendar, everyone. It's a big job. So now Rachel's got multiple assistants that she can utilize anytime by just dropping in the phone number and the name of the person. And she will keep trying to reach them without Rachel finding time to call. So you've just got to think about it. So integrate it into your booking system. Really simple. Now you can talk about this one for us, Mia. I came back from a conference and you said, hey, guess what happened? And we're talking about our internal Phoebe.
Yes.
What's that?
So we created a chat bot within Chat GPT, and I programmed her to read our website, let her know what our, and it's all about prompts when it comes to AI. Giving it the right prompt, letting her know why we wanted her, how we wanted to use her, was pretty much just to help the service team understand like terminology and concept, right? So we could ask it any question or respond. And then the nice thing about it is we're teaching it. So the more questions we ask about RMDs, industry concepts, whatever the case is, the more it'll learn and the smarter it will get based on our team dynamic.
Okay, so who in our team is using that primarily?
So it would be primarily, I would say, the service team, right?
Okay.
But I've used it as well as just like understanding like tax code sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Asking about like, okay, when are the tax deadlines for documents for the companies to send out?
Whether it be Schwab or whether
exactly.
it's a K1 coming from somewhere or something like that.
Yeah.
So what's interesting about this though is like, how does that save them time and energy? Well, it might slow them down a little bit, but it sorts the data very quickly for them. But what's more importantly is they're not coming to me to ask questions about what's the max funding limit for a Roth, right? Or when's the funding date for? So that it eliminates a lot of going back and forth from us, the advisor, to our service team. So now it launches them faster and it makes them, I would say, more autonomous, less dependent on our attention, right? Because it's our attention when we talk about hiring people, that's the thing that takes time away from us, is when they require our attention and knowledge. All right, so prompt writing, right? So for years we've been Googling, right? A Google is who has the best sale prices on TVs? I did this at home, right? That's it. So it'll list, you'll get Best Buy, you'll get this, you'll get that, you'll get Amazon, and there's all these TVs come up. But I wrote a prompt and I said, I have a wall that's 12 feet wide, vaulted ceilings up to 13 feet. My couch sits 13 feet from the wall. It's in a room that has a lot of echo in it. It's also a very bright room. What TV size and do I want, what's the TV size and refresh rate would you recommend? And it replied with an exact size, an exact refresh rate based on the distance from the couch to the TV and the brightness of the room to give better color and bright light. So it narrowed it down to a size, a type of TV, and a type of refresh rate, which I could then refine and say, could you give me the best pricing on TVs that fit this criteria? So it took my research for, I don't know, just get a TV, right? You walk in Costco, there's like all kinds of, this one's cool. Look how thin it is. But do we know why we're buying it? So that's a way to think about, you pose it with a problem, not a question, right? Back to the medication for your mom. The problem is, why are you doing this? So you put in the data and what have you. Something I did early on a couple of years ago, we went to, right after it was ChatGPT came out, we were going to Washington, D.C. with the kids. And we were staying at one hotel because there was a conference there. I'm like, hey, we're only going to be in Washington, D.C., and I only have from noon till 4 available on these days. What sites are must-see for my kids? And what sites, would you recommend outside of the must-sees? And it built a whole itinerary. It even told me what metro to take from A to B. And it even told me about a museum I would have never have thought to go to. the International Spy Museum. Ever. By far. James Bond 007 car in the lobby. Awesome. So I would have never thought to do that. And it was fascinating. It was super cool. But AI gave us this itinerary. So now, are they your travel agent? No, because you still need to talk to somebody that knows how to put the bits together. But if you're traveling to Rome and you're only going to be there for what are the must-sees in what order, right? So writing a prompt, and one of the things that Mia's taught me is that you can write a prompt, and the first thing you can tell that prompt is, could you please refine this prompt to give me a better result? An AI will write a better prompt. Right? So it improves
AI against AI
Yeah.
to
That's
better
all.
help you.
That's
Right.
awesome.
But here's the thought process behind it. So Albert Einstein had an IQ of 165, which is arguable on the top end of the human spectrum. Currently, AI is between 500 and 1,000 1,000 IQ. So when you think of it that way, it's like, okay, you can have at a minimum 3.5 Einsteins at your fingertips. And if you're not using it, why? Right? So we've used it for content generation. In fact, the slideshow that's on my screen here was entirely generated by AI. We went on to ChatGPT and I said, we're going to be presenting AI to a group of small business owners, in this case, financial advisors. How can they use it? And how do I take them from basics to, and it created the entire thing. It said, talk about this. I said, could you give that to me in a slide prompt format, which it did, along with recommended images. I cut and paste that and upload it into a piece of software. You can use Canva. We used Gamma, and we put the prompt in there, and it created the slideshow for us. How much time do you think that saved?
Oh, wow. Hours.
Hours.
I mean, at least like 3 days all together. I mean, not full from beginning to end, but like.
How much time to get the raw, like from start to finish, the raw thing? What did it take us?
Probably 20 minutes. And that's just us fine tuning, right?
Yeah, and that was us tweaking the prompt.
Yeah.
Because it didn't come up with the right answer.
That's what took the longest, like tweaking the prompt, getting the right prompt.
We made a whole other one before and we realized we didn't like the way that came out. So we started over. So we actually did 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the second one that we're seeing here. And it was all AI. So one of the things that I played with recently was I uploaded a video of myself. And now I have an avatar where I can literally upload typewritten copy. And then it's a picture of me and my lips move to the typewritten copy. I've never recorded the video. So that's a piece of software out there that, okay, if you want to send out a quick video to your clients and you happen to be, I don't know, in Barbados having a pina colada and you want to give a quick market update and there you are in your suit. Just wanted to reach out to you. So another way to use AI, right? So you can make professional, really good looking presentations in a very, very short amount of time. But you've got to be willing to spend the time to look at it. Another one that we started playing with. So if you're looking for like a one-shop stop, there's something called Sintra, Sintra. It's kind of like a chatbot of chatbots. And I think there's like 9 or more different bots. And one of them's like HR manager. One is social media manager. One is, and currently it only posts on X and LinkedIn. It's not linked to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok at this point. But you can sell it. Hey, I need a quick article about market volatility associated around the tariffs. Could you write something up and post it on X for me? And it will do it and post it. Literally that fast. So there's no reason why you can't get information out there, right? Just make sure that you run it through compliance first. So what else is in there?
It's like a recruiting bot, a health bot, right? Those are craziest to me. Ask it anything about health related fitness levels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I haven't played with that one.
Yeah, that was my favorite one. There's also, did you say copyright?
No. Oh yeah, the
There's
copywriter.
The copywriter.
Yeah.
And what's nice is you get to just say, like, again, you teach it, right? You give it information, your website, ask you questions to kind of get to know you better. And then any question you ask, I'll tell you, oh, this bot is the one that's going to help you with your answer. And then that bot will just kind of do its thing. So you don't even have to figure out what bot to use. You just ask what you need, and then they'll respond with the appropriate bot to take care of
It really
take
is.
care of it.
And the hard part is, it's like, well, how do I use this? And you think to yourself, oh, this is a copyright question. And it'll be like, oh, no, you need my other, my bot over here. Go talk to Amy the bot.
Right.
They're all named something. But it's so, and it's a little cartoonish, which kind of takes away from how serious of a job that they do. So, and that was surprisingly cheap. I want to say they had a special. I think I got $200 for the whole thing for the year. And I can go in there anytime and ask it a question about HR, about copyright, about SEO, about social media manager. So it's really impressive software. Something else we came up with was that was a spinoff of this podcast was how to give financial education. So we found some AI that we could prompt it to create courses for education that literally go through like you're learning a course, and it'll mark it when you're done and give you a little test. And so we have created 13 financial courses behind a paywall. So somebody can sign up and say, yeah, I want this financial education. And we're adding to it all the time. So if you don't necessarily have the funds to come and meet with a financial advisor, which is always a dilemma for us. We want to help people, but we get paid by managing money. So if there's no money, then we've got to charge them a fee and what have you. So this is a really great entry point for someone that's just starting, like your son's about to graduate. It's like, what does he need to know about finance? Guess what? Take these courses over the summer and you're going to learn about everything from what's a stock, what's a bond, what's a mutual fund, different trust, wills, life insurance, what's a 401k. So
applying for a job,
right? Oh, that's a good one. How to apply.
If you want going into a financial industry, you could do those to get a better bit of information. So when you're interviewing, you have some kind of
there's a good point, right?
Yeah.
So somebody that doesn't have any financial services experience, by all means, sign up for the course and say, I've taken all your courses and this is why I'm applying for you. Well, now you have a basic framework.
Yeah, right.
It's like, awesome. Unless you're a jerk, you're going to do just fine.
Right.
So good point, Tony. You've got a new hiring tool. And then I would say you got to carve out some time every week to learn about AI. And if something comes across, hit the free button, play with it. The AI, the HeyGen that I used to create my avatar, I played with the free one. And it was like, oh my gosh. And what I learned the first time was that I recorded with my usual lots of movement and what have you. I looked a little strange when that thing came out. I will own that. I looked strange. So then I had to, I came in with a suit a couple days later and I re-recorded it. This time I was a little too still because I look very rigid. And if you know me, I'm animated. So now I've got to go in and find a happy, but you got to play with it to see what you get out of it, what you like and what you don't like. And those people that know me know it's not me. But if you don't know me and I put it out there on the web and I'm like, hey, here's me talking about this, you'd never know, but it's a way to use. So I would just pick on one thing at a time.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
With so much AI software out there, how do you know? This is also a trick question. How do you know where to start? What would you do?
Wow.
No, say a trick question because I already know the answer to it.
Well, I would argue that I would argue that the best way to start would be to go on a ChatGPT or Grok or something like that and say, this is what I do for a living. And describe your job role. Tell it what you're trying to achieve and then say, could you recommend appropriate AI software applications technology that I might want to utilize in what order?
Correct.
So ask,
I passed.
so ask
Yep.
AI what
Yes,
you should do
yes.
to learn AI.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's simple.
this was created, this PowerPoint was created using AI.
I would add one more thing. Be careful what you put in there, though. Don't be putting socials. Don't be putting personal information
Yes.
in there. Don't give it. Like, if you're going to tell it about your business, then do generic. Maybe change the name of your company. Don't give it any personal data, because that's where it starts learning from it. And I feel like that's when
Yeah. Not all of it's private,
that's
so you
where
got to
the
be careful.
negative, I guess, feedback about people thinking about AI comes
Well,
from. Don't give it.
always remember this. Whatever you put on AI, someone else down the street
Yeah.
can get it. That's the thing you have to always remember. AI is a shared platform. There's no
That's-
hiding this stuff.
That's
in AI.
once it's out there, it's out there.
right.
Yeah. So just know that. So if you're going to ask about, I have a client, Jane Doe. This is her scenario. Should she take Social Security or should we? I mean, there is so much you could do with that. Or I would like a series of posts to compel people to take this quiz about my company or attend my webinar, or you can ask it to do all of these things. So, play with it, see what you come up with, but know that you've got to be careful about the data that you put in. So no names, no real names, no socials. Don't upload a tax return. I'm just saying, it's got data on it, not unless you redact it. There's all kinds of things you can do. So with that, where do you see us going with AI? What do you think, Tony? I mean, you're towards the end of your career at this point, but where do you see it happening?
In what sense? The business wise or
Yeah.
the business wise? Well, the business wise, I think what it's going to do is best about you need to learn how to use it, because everyone's going to be using it. This is not some fad that's showed up and is going to go away.
Yeah, don't be Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's not going to be the case.
Streaming is taking over. You're not going to be able to rent a DVD.
But I would have one thing to say about the whole thing. You don't use it as a fire hose.
True.
Okay? Use it for what you're trying to accomplish. And I think that's my biggest concern with everyone. They're going to, every single thing is going to be AI'd, and it will lose part of the personality, because remember, we are who we are in this industry. You're Philip Board. You're unique to everyone else. So but I think it's here to stay by far. It's not going anywhere at all.
As I opened, you won't lose your job to
Right.
AI, but you will lose it to someone who knows how to use it better. Now, what are your thoughts? Where do you think it's going to go, Mia?
It's just going to facilitate, I think, everything, things that would take hours of research. I mean, just like we said, I don't even know what software to use. Just put it into AI and it'll guide you. I think it's just going to save you time, frustration, for sure. It's going to streamline your processes. It's going to expedite everything, I think. And then it's going to give you a level of learning and understanding that you would have to search for things individually in order to figure it out.
I've been in a meeting where somebody was saying, oh, well, the market did what it did last year. And I said, you know what? I asked AI a question. I said, could you give me the total return of the S&P 500 for the calendar year 2024 with and without the Magnificent Seven? And so
Terrifying.
it was terrifying to see the difference without those 7 stocks, which now led to a great talking point for my client, which is why we have a diversified portfolio, right? So there was that. Another one that came up was a client was really upset about a government bill. And I didn't know quite how to answer that. And they said, oh, they're going to raise the debt ceiling again. And I'm like, so I asked the question, Where did she get this information? Why is it out there? Was it in this latest bill? And what was approved? And it came back with, at one point, there was a spending bill increase, but they took it out. And therefore, the one that got passed wasn't. So I was able to have a conversation like, you are not wrong, but that's not what happened, right? And that was partly me. That wasn't confrontational with the client. That was just, I wanted to understand. I'm like, did I miss something? What was, they're telling you this, they're doing that. So I think where we're going to see it is that large documents are going to be able to be knocked down into bullet points pretty quickly. And you can break them down. I think that's going to be also, I would say, for a company like ours, our ability to accelerate faster than we ever have is now, it's here. Like before, it would be like, yes, we're growing, we're trying to scale. No, now we're scaling because we're able to do things at a much faster pace.
Well, just looking at Otter, I use Wave, same kind of things. The beauty of it is I get a summary, and that summary is gold. I mean, it's gold because you think you can sit there and remember everything you said in that meeting.
Nope, not
you
at all.
always do. Oh, no, it's 20 minutes, no problem. That happened to go into 45 minutes, and then you don't know. There's where I think the greatest strength of some of this stuff is to be able to take this information and get everything done. I mean, to fully be able to embrace what that conversation was, not just 2, 3, or 4 pieces. It's all of it now because you can't miss it. It says, here you go. This is what you said. That's just one little thing.
Yeah, it is. Well, we got exciting times ahead of us. Maybe a little scary as well, but change is that. So with that, I want to thank you both for listening and engaging in the AI conversation. And I want to wrap up another episode. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you,
Of
Mia
course.
and Tony, for being here. Till next time. Hope you found today's content interesting. By all means, like and subscribe. You can also listen to us on all the popular streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, you name it. We're on all of them. Look forward to hearing you there too. Thank you.